Actually, excuse me. Very quickly, what was your question?
I wanted to ask David, obviously he's just finished Hamlet. Who's a better writer, Shakespeare or Russell T Davies?
Oh, excellent. Now, see, now. That's a question. What's your name?
Matthew.
Matthew's a genius.
I think Russell T Davies is the Shakespeare of today.
Excellent answer.
Thanks
Can I just say, if I was you, I'd have just gone with Russell T Davies because Shakespeare's dead.
That's true.
Listen, well done, the Whovians. Thank you very much, the Whovians. Very good. Now listen, you've got a job in America.
Moving on.
Yeah. So what's your gig in America?
It's a pilot, so
okay.
I mean it may come to nothing, but it's called Rex Is Not Your Lawyer, and it's about a lawyer who is kind of, you know, the best lawyer of his generation. They're always the best of their generation, aren't they?
Yes.
But then he has panic attacks in court, and so he has to coach people to defend themselves.
Right.
It's very good. It's very exciting, and but you know it's a pilot, so you may never see it.
And
but
now,
hopefully it'll be huge.
But here, so David Tennant, you know, Doctor Who, but suddenly you're in this new arena.
Yeah.
Are you having to, like, audition or are you being offered these things?
No, I've had to audition a bit this year, which has been, yes, you get out of the habit. It's not good. Because that's what you do as an actor, and I've done it for years, and you get very used to it. But then, of course, you forget and you get spoilt because people know who you are and give you stuff, and you get very smug. And then you have to go out there and hustle again, yeah. Which is always a bit embarrassing. Everyone's sort of sitting there thinking, I want you to die. Good luck. You know, oh, better looking than me, you bastard. Good luck. No, break your leg. Go on.
Because
Yeah.
Johnny Vegas, against all the odds, you've become a proper actor in proper things.
No, I've done a few posh things.
But you, and do you get rung up and you asked to go and audition for things?
I do, but most of the jobs I've got, I've been offered outright. Bleak House, I had gout when I turned up, and I'd been on a big night out the night before. And I think he thought I'd turned up in character. You know, when you're going, oh! And the director's going, I want him. I want him. I did a Laurel and Hardy one. You know, when you're going, I'm ready for this. I can... And I spent a whole weekend doing what I thought was learning his accent. I managed to turn Oliver Hardy into a Brummie. I can't even do a Brummie accent, but the nerves got to me. You're going, all right. My first ever casting was Lord of the Rings.
Which you nearly got.
It was basically between me and another guy, and they're going, if you can't put weight on, it's yours. Thank you. And I go in the room, and it was the director, Peter Jackson, was there. And the minute they went, it's virtually yours. I started trying. It was just a joke up until that point. And then I was in the room, and he's going, right, we'll run a couple of scenes. There's a giant spider. It's bearing down on you. What do you do? Get off! It's attacking your best friend! What are you going to say to him? Don't! You do that! Again! You know, he's going, spiders, not that big on English. Use your sword more. And because you've no reference point, it's your first casting ever, you come out and you go, I think that went pretty well. Will the Doctor ever have a male assistant?
He has had. Captain Jack. He assists him in all sorts of ways.
Yeah, but I mean a full-time companion. Take me to the States. Take me with you.
Actually, you could do Laurel and Hardy together. They could, couldn't they? They could. Yeah, see? Perfect.
Yeah, all right there. Why don't you do something to help me?
Listen, very quickly, Benidorm, Johnny Vegas. You love Benidorm.
No,
That's serious.
I stories that don't involve defecation, so we don't have to go quickly.
And down, no. No, you do. But because Benidorm, you're out there for how many months?
3.
That's a long time in Benidorm, isn't it?
It is in Benidorm, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
No.
You don't need to, really. You can kind of...
Is it like Blackpool?
No, everyone goes, oh, it's a Blackpool, you know, of Spain, and you go, no, it's not. I've had fun in Blackpool.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Christmas every day, but Christmas in an asylum every day. There's too much temptation. There's too many mad people. It's not a healthy place for me to be with my fragile personality.
Have you been to Benidorm?
No.
No. You wouldn't, would you?
I'm rubbish at holidays. I don't know how people do it. I've just given up.
But you had quite idyllic holidays as a child. You go to France.
Yeah, but that was good. I mean, you know, I come from sort of peasant stock, and so, you know, in those days we didn't have telephones, did we? So it was the only way my dad got to see his family was to go to France, you know. And then it was, you know, you go and sleep in a field, you wait till dusk, you know, all us kids would get the hay together, my dad on either side of us, sleeping bags, plastic, you know, and then leg it before the combine harvester came.
Fingers crossed. Well, that's the thing, because obviously you lived in Basildon, so...
We lived in Basildon, but when we were out there, we'd live in the fields, you know, it was really basic like that. And one time I needed to go to the toilet, and you know, and I had to go in the woods, and my dad said he'd watch for me, you know, so he turned his back, and I dropped my trousers, and I bent down, someone kicked me really hard in the bum, you know, it was like this. 3 times this happened, where someone kicked me really, really hard. Oh, kick me. Oh, the toilet, kicking me. And it was actually an electric fence. That did smart.
I can't believe you didn't bring it up earlier in our Pooh Pringle section. At least his had a happy ending.
Yeah,
Terrible.
I never felt that kick.
Now, listen, the other weird thing about Benidorm, and you've done a Radio 4 documentary, which went out last Saturday, about... there are kind of comedians...
Yeah, I mean, Benidorm's lovely. It is what it is. Everyone there who watches the show kind of goes, oh, God, you do see people like that, don't you? And you go, you're here. It's about you. You're only going, oh, well, I live here, you see, I'm not a tourist. That's their differentiation. Is going, I'm not a tourist, I live here. Left England, too many bloody foreigners. You know, and you're going, and you are... You know, they don't even learn the language, and you speak.
But now you've done it yourself. Because, you know, everyone does kind of stand-up DVDs. But this is bizarre, because it's you in Benidorm with a Benidorm audience.
And it's not a cash-in on the service.
No!
It's me, within my own right, as an entertainer.
Taylor, you happen to be in Benidorm.
At the time of a venue being available.
Yeah. But listen, we've got a clip. Here's one of the few bits we can show.
Do you know what it's like when your mum picks you up from school and tells the other kids she's not related to you? She's your social worker. She started sewing false names into me gym kit and my school blazer. Except for the fact she couldn't write and she couldn't sew. So she cut things out of boxes and just glued them in. My school report for PE, Mr. Kipling has no natural aptitude for sport. That was the tamest bit. Honestly, as the night went on, it was just crowd control.
The people streak you across the stage. It's nuts. It really is.
You don't think in the cinema where they go, you will be asked to leave if you're filming, and somebody casually has the video. There was a bloke with a soundman and everything who just sat on stage. There was 3 of them with a camera, a boom, and someone else taking notes, making a pirate video.
So there's an alternative version.
I had to go up and go, I'm going to ask you to leave, and the bloke went, why?
Talking of fans, we have some of our own, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, right. This show has fans. Some viewers in Hull got a bit obsessed with the show, and they're with us tonight. Fiona and friends. Where are Fiona and friends? Oh, could you stand up so we can see you in the melee of Hoovians? There you go. Hello.
Hello.
We've dressed up for the telly. Now, basically.